I am Yvonne Carabuena. Today I will tackle implementing CIA at the network level. But before we go deeper on this topic, let me introduce to you first what the CIA is. In the realm of computer networks, the acronym CIA embodies the core tenets of information security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality dictates that sensitive information remains accessible only to those with proper authorization, safeguarding it against unauthorized access or disclosure. Integrity ensures the accuracy and trustworthiness of data by guarding against unauthorized alterations or tampering. Availability concerns ensuring that information and resources are consistently accessible to authorized users without any disruptions or denial of service. These principles serve as the cornerstone of information security protocols, crucial for safeguarding data and upholding the operational integrity of computer networks. So now, let's move on to how to maintain a secure networks. Do you have any idea what are the ways to maintain a secure network? Well, I will explain it to you. The first one is the authentication mode. To maintain a secure network, an organization must authenticate users attempting to access the network by requiring them to enter a username and password, inserting a smart card and entering the associated PIN, or providing a fingerprint, voice pattern sample, or retina scan. The Federal Financial Institutions Examination Council has developed a set of guidelines called Authentication in an Internet Banking Environment, which recommends a two-factor authorization. This approach adds another identity check along with the password system. A number of multi-factor authentication schemes can be used, such as biometrics, one-time passwords, or hardware tokens that plug into a USB port on the computer and generate a password that matches the one used by a bank's security system. The use of biometric technology has been slow to develop due to cost and privacy concerns. However, MasterCard recently announced it will begin rolling out its new MasterCard Identity Check service that allows users to take an initial ID photo that will be used to create a digital map of their face, which will be stored on MasterCard's servers. When the user wants to make a payment using a smartphone, the MasterCard app will capture his or her image, which, along with a user-entered password, will be authenticated against the stored image before the transaction is approved. MasterCard's system also offers a fingerprint sensor that can be used to verify purchases. Apple's new Apple Pay system makes use of the fingerprint sensors on newer iPhones. Consumers paying with Apple Pay, which is tied to a credit or debit card, just hold their iPhone close to the contactless reader with their finger on the Touch ID button. And the second way to maintain a secure network is to have a firewall. Are you familiar with firewalls? Before we proceed on this, let me give first the definition of the firewall. A firewall is a vital component in securing a network against unauthorized access and potential threats. Essentially, it acts as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external networks, such as the Internet. Operating either at the software or hardware level, a firewall monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predefined security rules. These rules determine whether to allow, block, or filter traffic based on factors such as source and destination IP addresses, port numbers, and protocols. By enforcing these rules, a firewall helps prevent malicious entities from gaining unauthorized access to sensitive data or causing harm to the network infrastructure. Furthermore, firewalls come in various types. Firewalls, for instance, inspect individual packets of data as they pass through the network and make decisions based on predetermined criteria. Stateful inspection firewalls, on the other hand, maintain awareness of the state of active connections and make decisions based on the context of the traffic flow. Next-generation firewalls combine traditional packet inspection with advanced features such as intrusion detection and application awareness, providing more comprehensive protection against modern threats. In addition to safeguarding against external threats, firewalls also play a crucial role in controlling internal network traffic. They can segment the network into distinct zones, each with its own set of security policies, to minimize the impact of potential breaches and limit lateral movement by attackers. Moreover, firewalls can enforce content filtering policies to restrict access to certain websites or services deemed inappropriate or non-essential for business purposes. Overall, the deployment of firewalls is fundamental to establishing a robust security posture for any network infrastructure. By effectively regulating traffic and enforcing security policies, firewalls help mitigate risks, protect sensitive assets, and ensure the integrity and confidentiality of data transmitted across the network. Installation of a corporate firewall is the most common security precaution taken by businesses. A firewall is a system of software, hardware, or a combination of both that stands guard between an organization's internal network and the internet and limits network access based on the organization's access policy. Any internet traffic that is not explicitly permitted into the internal network is denied entry through a firewall. Similarly, most firewalls can be configured so that internal network users can be blocked from gaining access to websites deemed inappropriate for employees, such as those whose content is based on sex and violence. Most firewalls can also be configured to block instant messaging, access to newsgroups, and other internet activities. The third one is the router. A router is a networking device that connects multiple networks together and forwards data packets from one network to another. Often, an ISP installs a router in a subscriber's home to connect the ISP's network to the network within the home. Routers enable you to create a secure network by assigning it a passphrase so that only individuals who have the passphrase can connect to your network. However, a skilled and committed attacker can break the passphrase to gain access to your network. So, as an additional layer of security, the router provides you the capability to specify the unique media access control, MAC, address of each legitimate device connected to the network and restrict access to any other device that attempts to connect to the network. This effectively enables the router to distinguish legitimate traffic from unsolicited traffic and reject uninvited inbound connections. Most routers also have an option to restrict access to specific websites, thus blocking access to websites that are known to infect user devices with malware. And next is the encryption. Encryption is the process of scrambling messages or data in such a way that only authorized parties can read it. It is used to protect billions of online transactions each day, enabling consumers to order more than $300 billion in merchandise online and banks to route some $40 trillion in financial transactions each year. 45, it enables organizations to share sensitive sales data, promotion plans, new product designs, and project status data among employees, suppliers, contractors, and others with a need to know. Encryption enables physicians and patients to share sensitive healthcare data with labs, hospitals, and other health treatment facilities, as well as insurance carriers. To complete such transactions, sensitive data, including names, physical addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, account numbers, health data, financial data, passwords, and PINs, must be sent and received. Great harm could be done, and chaos could ensue if these data were to fall into the wrong hands. Encryption is one means of keeping these data secure. All right, and that is all about my report. Thank you for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe.